Well, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folari. Politics is on the scorecard today, and let's look at a scorecard, so to say, for the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, and other matters as they might arise. So all observers of the polity, probably have their own impressions, thanks to news coverage. Well, Barrister Nyesom Wike, he's one person that is not out of the news for very long. So to that extent, people have been able, either for reasons that he may prefer or for those that he doesn't prefer. He is in the media, either for the work that he is doing or for his political leanings, or indeed, he's a fun-loving person. Sometimes, from time to time, very rarely, you do get a humorous side to him. Everything is linked back to one, politics, and then his job. He's the former governor of River State and is the current minister of the Federal Capital Territory. Well, the guest to help us look at this, Honorable Ogene Emma Egoh. He's a member of the House of Representatives, 8th and 9th Assembly, as well as being a former member of the ECOWAS Parliament. So a fine morning to you, Honorable Ogene Emma Egoh.
Thank you, Folari. I'm honored to be with you once more. Thank you.
Indeed, it is our pleasure. Okay, then. Well, as I was saying, a man that is widely known up and down the length and breadth of this country. And so maybe you'd like to sort of give an overview, first of all, as to your impressions of Honorable Wike, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, in terms of his scorecard of his performance in the job that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointed him to, even though he is not from the ruling APC party.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Folari. Wike is somebody that a lot of people love and a lot of people hate, because he's a man you can place at all times. He doesn't hide his opinion. What he wants, what he is, he says it out. He's not a man who pretends. He's not interested in public relations. And when he ruled River State, the project he did there was so enormous that all Nigerians were surprised. Even his opponent, the former vice president, Professor Osinbajo, when he went there to inspect projects, he could not help but name him Mr. Project. And even the Buhari administration gave him an award for project and infrastructure. It has never happened before when the opponents, a government that you don't belong to, will be honoring one person like that without honoring their own. So if Wike's honor was just coming from PDP members, then we say, oh, there's exaggeration. But this time, it came from everywhere. Now, Wike did so well in Rivers, I was opportune to follow Dogora to go and visit him to declare a project open. Dogora was the Speaker of the House of Rep. That was in the 8th Assembly. And I can tell you for free, Larry, that project opening took the whole day. The final project we opened was a bridge of over a kilometer long, stretched inside Port Harcourt. We did it at about 8 in the night because the whole afternoon was spent in other projects, and because he was so busy, we had to finish it. That's the kind of person. But when he came to Abuja here, he came with a lot of controversy. You remember the people like Gumi who felt that Abuja, a certain person should not become a minister in Abuja, because almost in the last 4 decades, it's only people of northern extraction that have become minister here, and that Wike has no right to be a minister here. You recall that the controversy that followed that, you know, a lot of insinuation that Wike would not work hard in Abuja because it's a Southerner, he doesn't want the interest of Abuja, etc., etc. But since he came in, he has shocked everybody. Abuja has been asleep in terms of infrastructure. It has been asleep in the last 8 years. But since Wike came to Abuja, everybody in Abuja is clapping hard to say, hey, President Tinubu, you did very well by bringing Wike in. What can we talk about? Is it roads? Is it school? Where he built over 24 new schools within that short time? Where he identified over 130 teachers, students in primary and secondary and awarded the scholarship, you know, both EDG so that they can go to school? Is it arrears of salary? Is it monies that government have been owing some workers before? All this he has cleared. Roads, hospitals, water projects, name it. Anything lacking in Abuja, he's worked on it. When he came in, there was a lot of security challenge. People were being carried from their estate everywhere. And we also had issues of washers everywhere. He tackled it head on. Today, issue of washers and kidnapping in Abuja has been reduced to the barest minimum. And he's still on it. He's gone into all the 5 area councils and third, within a short time, opened 5-kilometer roads in all of them, including other things that I've been doing. To the extent that all the kings, all the local chieftains in the area council, they are all singing his praise. There have been no minister like Wike in Abuja. This is the first time you have seen a minister like Wike. When you talk about other things like roads, is it, what are we going to talk about that he has not done, you know, in Abuja? As a former governor, all that he did previously, he's done all of them, more than them in Abuja. He's not here for up to 1 year yet. But when you enter Abuja roads, go to Maitama, go to Wuse, go to Asokoro, Izigusape, everywhere, you know, you find his footprints here. Abuja is like one big construction area. Sometimes you see a road is closed, they are constructing. Before you know, a bridge that has been abandoned is completed. New bridges have been done. Old roads have been opened. In fact, everybody in Abuja is marveling about Wike. I personally did not believe he could do that here. You know, because the former minister.
Okay.
Yeah. The former minister. Yeah, go on.
Now, I was going to say, any way you look at it, look, there will always be some naysayers, but it's going to be well nigh impossible to say the man has not been performing way above and average. In fact, some will even say excellently, especially, you know, if they are on his side. But there are those, of course, that will have it, that would like to see it at different. I was going to say that even very tough issues like all sorts of illegal structures that have been up and have been up for a while, the resolve that the man brought to the matter to free up those spaces for their, you know, for the intended use and for the further beautification of the city, it was sort of seen as an untouchable project. Wike somehow.
Yes.
He's gone in there.
Let me tell you.
Sure.
Let me tell you, Folari, the man came in with a determination in Abuja. He took the project as his own. It's like your own baby. Who's small, you must take good care of it. Everywhere in Abuja, Wike has touched it. There's nobody in Abuja who will stand up to say they've seen this kind of work before. I have some friends who have been here for over 30 years. They say they've never seen this type of work in Abuja before. Wike has beaten everybody's imagination. We knew that he has done well in Rivers and that he would do well here, but nobody believed that he was going to do as much as this. You know, Abuja is like one one full construction site. Go into staff issues. Staffs are happy. Those who were not promoted, who have not been promoted for many years, he has promoted them. He has brought in 10 more permanent secretaries. People who have been directors before, a lot of people have been retired just as directors. They have been elevated to permanent secretaries. And I don't know what to say, but we can only pray to God that God continue to keep free for us.
Well, while we're at it,
to help us in Abuja for the next 4 years.
Yes.
Yes.
While we're at it, we'll open the phones early. We'll open the phones early so that people in Abuja who feel so disposed can actually call in that, look, okay, we are here and we are witnessing some of the things that you're saying. And then, of course, it doesn't mean that only people in Abuja, other people as well. So it's like, I guess we'll open the phones early, as you are saying. But so certainly that is one of the ministers that has been spoken very highly of by commentators up and down the land. There are others, and indeed we shall be coming to them. Maybe that's...
There are, for instance, the Minister for Works, is doing a fantastic work. I've praised him before for the coastal road that he's doing, and he's doing a host of other work. We have Bubi Ojo, a young man, minister, who is also doing very well. You know, so I can say that the president has picked a very good team to work. But Wike have beaten all expectations in Abuja. Even those who are saying, what is a certain man doing in Abuja? He will not work on the Abuja roads well, or he will not improve Abuja well because he might be jealous that Abuja is getting so beautiful. But Wike is even making it more beautiful. It's improving the standard of Abuja so much that if you've not been to Abuja in the last 1 year and you come, you'll be amazed. You ask. I thought they said there was no money to do project. Where is the money coming from? And he's planning to open up new areas, I understand, by Tama 2, areas that have not been opened up before, a host of other areas. We understand he's planning to open them up. Where people have been complaining, there's no money, you know. He's done very well. And we say if a man does something very well, it's good to praise him so that he can do more for us.
Okay, Honorable, we'll continue to talk about it, but I suppose Nyesom Wike is hardly a man that you can talk about, much as you're giving him in his kudos, without also coming to some controversial areas. Maybe we'll come to that. Those ones don't really affect his job as a person, but maybe the political aspect of him. But in the meantime, Mr. George in Lagos has called in. Good morning to you, Mr. George. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Theory, and good morning to the guests. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you very well, Mr. George.
Yes. Uncle Yori, there is no doubt whatsoever, even by those who hate Wike, that his scorecard is very, very encouraging. If you go to Rivers,
excellent,
you will see it. If those who don't even like him, they acknowledge the fact that he did very well. And he's repeating the same thing in Abuja. Look, a friend of mine told me yesterday when we were discussing these problems in Rivers that Wike does not have finance. I said, yes, he doesn't have finance. But those who have finance, what have they done better than him? Governance is about what you can deliver. It doesn't lack humaneness. It doesn't lack ability to think and know what is right and do it for the people, just because he doesn't have the finance. I do not agree with those who are saying some of those things we are hearing. We have done this and that. And the governor, if you permit me to go there, the current governor, what I heard him saying is not true. That Wike left many projects unpaid for. We were seeing him going with Wike to commission projects, and Wike told the public that all the projects, he paid 80% of the money to the contractors even before they started. And he never said it was a lie. And nobody said there was, no contractor has ever come out in River to say, I did a project, you did not pay me. So all those trumped-up allegations, I do not subscribe to them.
Okay.
The Egoh elders of Yori, the Egoh elders are to blame for what is going on in Rivers. Wike agreed with the governor before he was elected. As soon as he got elected, the Egoh leaders came and said, "You are our son. You don't have to be listening to Godfather." Where were they when the man was taking him around and subtract other people and said, "This is the person that I want"? They did it. Edwin Clark, Baba Edwin Clark, never showed face during the elections. All of them are now, they are the ones misleading that governor. I don't see him as a bad person, per se.
Okay, Mr. George, thank you very much for calling in. I suppose that is the nature of the man. Nyesom Wike is a man of many parts. We are focusing on that aspect of him as the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, a minister in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet. But I had said that it's going to be impossible to keep it within that watertight compartment. Such is the nature of the man. But did you want to relate to that, Honorable Egoh? Did you want to relate to George's comment?
Well, George has spoken very well. He's spoken my mind because I'm sure he has come to Abuja in recent times and he has seen the difference. There's nobody I say in Abuja, 99% of people in Abuja are all praising Wike. Even taxi drivers, market women. Oh, this road has been opened. This has been opened, you know, and it's making transportation easier in the town. If you go to Egoh Square, you will see hundreds of buses that he has put here. I'm sure maybe he's waiting for 29th of May before he puts them on the road. You know, Abuja generally, there's no room for buses. And it's very difficult for poor people, or rather, let me say, low-income earners to move in the town. You have to take taxi. But with those buses I've seen, by the time he unleashes them in Abuja, they say, oh, everybody will certainly clap for him. If we don't now, people are already clapping for him. Now, indeed, I don't want to bother about what his finis is. You know, what is those who hate him, those who don't hate him, those who like him, whatever character they believe that he has, they ascribe it to him. The important thing is that he's made a minister in Abuja to perform. And I'm sure that the president will be happy with his performance. In fact, both indigenes and non-indigenes of Abuja, you know, both those who hated him before, they cannot deny the fact that what the former vice president, you know, Professor Osiba just said about him, that is Mr. Project. They cannot deny that he's a Mr. Project. I was speaking to one of my colleagues from one of the northern states. He said, look, if they can borrow Wike to them, to their states, to just help his governor for just 6 months, he said they'll be very happy. He said they've not seen this kind of man. So Wike has done well. And
that is indeed high praise.
I only wish to tell him that let him not get into his head. Let him continue to do the work. Let him not say, oh, everywhere they are praising me, therefore I cannot do more. No. Abuja is big. He still have a lot of more things to be done. And we encourage him to continue the way he's working.
Okay. Well, Onyeka has called in from Abuja. Good morning, Onyeka.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for calling in. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Mr. Onyeka, thank you.
I live in Abuja here. I want to thank the seller of the truth. Wike has really done very well. If you look at the area, even thank the guests for he has touched so many areas. But even there are areas that Wike has also worked on, like Chai Mabushin here. If you see the road construction there, it's massive. Places that were like desert, it just turned things around. I want to say Wike has really done well. The only aspect, I'm also happy the guest mentioned it in this area of the bus. If we can have the bus within Abuja landscape, I think that will go a long way. But in summary, he has done very well. But I also want to advise him, he is the Minister of FCT, he should leave River State, let the Hubara govern that place. He should just concentrate on his work, you know. with enough attention in Abuja. He has a lot to do in Abuja. He should leave Rivers politics for now. Thank you so much.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
What do you think, Honorable Egoh, is the reason for the high praise that Nyesom Wike seems to be getting from most, if not all, in Abuja and perhaps by extension in Nigeria? Certainly, he has the support of the president. In fact, I don't know which minister won't have the support of the president. But is it the nature of the man? I have heard the commentary that apart from Nasir El-Rufai, his time as the FCT minister, that commentator was saying that it's Wike right after that comes to his mind as some of the heroes of the development of the
I agree with you that El-Rufai did quite a lot in Abuja. But what Wike is doing in Abuja, it will obliterate all the performance of El-Rufai very soon. The man is not up to 1 year yet. You know, you were saying, why do I think that everybody is praising him? You know, there's a South Africa proverb that says a sharp spear needs no polish. You know, once the spear is sharp, it needs no polish. It can enter into anything you use it to hit. So that's how Wike is. Everybody, whether you like him or not, whether you hate his attitude or not, you cannot but.
Okay, that's the finesse. That's the finesse that someone was talking about earlier. That he doesn't do things from their point of view with the finesse that it might require. And but then the person followed that up by saying that
I don't understand what they mean by finesse.
What finesse has done for them.
Yeah, they've done. Yeah, that's it. Issue of finesse doesn't come in because as far as Wike is concerned, everything is work. If you don't do the work the way he wants, you are in trouble with him. You know, he can talk to you anyhow because he knows that he has a mission in Abuja here. As he says always, Mr. President put him in Abuja here to achieve some things on his behalf. And I'm sure the president, wherever he is very proud. He will be very proud of what Wike has done. Look at bridges that have been abandoned for ages. Areas that are not linked together. Wike is completed a lot of them, and the work are ongoing, simultaneously, continuously. I can tell you for free that Wike is working in up to 30 different places in Abuja at the same time. And it's not just roads. Water is here, hospitals are there, schools are there, and then the human resources, employees of the FCT. Ask any teacher in the primary school or secondary school in FCT. And you'll be shocked the way they will praise Wike. Monies that are due to them, allowances they are supposed to be paid, that they were denied for many years. Wike has paid everything. You know, I'm not here to praise Wike here, but to say the truth. Because if I live here without saying the truth, I say, oh, Wike has not done well, he has just only done partially. By the time I leave this place, I'm sure that all my friends, people who know me in Abuja, they will call me to abuse me. They will say, what are you saying? With what Wike is doing, you are saying Wike has not done enough. So the man has exceeded all expectations.
Indeed, when he got the job, when he got the job, when he was appointed by President Tinubu, of course, you know, Tinubu's running on the theme of renewed hope, a mandate of renewed hope. He sort of studied that, it would seem, and decided to really run with it to the maximum. And this has led to what we're talking about. I have someone calling in from Port Harcourt, I believe. Kennedy in Port Harcourt. Good morning, Kennedy. Kennedy, can you hear us?
I can hear you clearly, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning to you, and good morning to my big brother, your guest.
Good morning, sir.
I'm going to say just about 2 3 things.
Morning, Mr. Kennedy, yeah. Okay.
Yes. Number one, I am going to say Wike, by every definition of the word, strikes me as who a leader should be. Who does not discriminate what party he belongs to or what party he does not belong to. So long as you have anything to contribute to the growth and development of the country, it doesn't matter what party you belong to. Put yourself forward and contribute whatever it is you feel you can contribute for the growth of that country that you so hold dear, that you so an oath to. That is why the likes of whatever they call themselves, masquerading themselves for whatever they are not, who are only good at criticizing, as far as I am concerned, they are not even qualified to be leaders in the first place. Otherwise, if you are a leader and you know you have solution to a problem bedeviling a country, it doesn't matter whether you lose an election or you don't lose an election. Put yourself forward. Contribute that thing which you know is a solution to ameliorating the problem the country is going through. If as a leader you cannot do that, by my definition, you don't qualify to be a leader. That's number one. Then number two, if Minister Wike comes 8 years from now, because I am sure President Tinubu is going to win a second term. If Wike puts himself forward, as at when President Tinubu leaves the office, if Wike puts himself forward as a president, my vote will be the very first vote he's going to get. Because as far as I am concerned, he is an epitome of who a leader should be. He doesn't discriminate. And when he's in office, he doesn't mind who you are. He steps on toes just to get the job done. That is who a leader should be. So Wike should be emulated and not knocked down by his critics and those who don't like him. And another beautiful thing about Wike, he doesn't care whether you like him or not. Whether you accept him or not, he doesn't care. All he's concerned about is doing the work that he's put in the office to do. Just like what he's doing in FCT Abuja today. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Kennedy, for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those rare kind of situations where you couldn't even pay. You couldn't even pay to get the kind of accolades that Nyesom Wike is getting all around. It doesn't matter. It's not necessarily just on this program. Even online, you set up a poll. You begin to ask about what do you think about this person. You know, fire or fire. People are saying, "What are you?" Why are you
I can tell you for free.
Higher.
Yeah. I can tell you for free. If you enter Wuse Market or enter Garki Market and call for market women and say, what do they think about Wike? Their answer will shock you. Everybody is, because nobody has seen this level of work before. You know, the former minister, I was a member of House of Rep for 8 years, and the former minister will remember that he cannot even spend the money allocated for him in the budget, as if the money was too much, as if there is no extra work to be done in Abuja. Meanwhile, several bridges were completed, several roads are completed. You know, work everywhere was a standstill.
That's why
new districts were not being opened up. But Wike, no, it's a rare breed, I must say. I have not seen him since he became a minister, but I can tell you for free that Wike is doing so well. And it will be against my conscience to say, oh, Wike is not performing.
Okay. You know, that's why I asked earlier. I mean, it would seem to me that Wike has inherited whatever the assets were, and indeed a lot of the liabilities of, you know, the way things were in the Federal Capital Territory. But he has deployed, you know, all the resources available. Well, I suppose the big difference is that he is Wike, he's not anybody else. And people have done their own now, it's Wike's time. Because maybe it's just about understanding the job, looking at the roadmap of renewed hope, Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, understanding the brief, as they say, in marketing, and setting our head, you know, settling down to assiduously take it on one by one. And as you're saying, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you are the lowly, ordinary person, not necessarily lettered, everybody would seem to have felt the impact of the man called Nyesom Wike, the man who was the two-time governor of his native River State. And people have spoken about that, but as I said, I didn't want us to go in there. Let's just stay on looking at people within the cabinet of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Wike has to be a shining light, one of the shining lights in there. Quite a handful of them, going by all the polls that we are seeing on air. You know what? Let me take a break, please. Let me take a quick break, and we'll come right back, continue, and also keep on taking calls as they come in. you.